A very different episode of the Campfire Series podcast coming today. Got to chat with some awesome creators from Light Theatricals. A bunch of awesome young artists from across the country that are doing a virtual production of On the Trail to Oregon, and it's super awesome. We hope you enjoy. I certainly did because it's very new to me. How did we do? Go ahead and support them on Instagram at Light Theatricals. Their show drops on January 29th. It's going to be a good time. Here we go. Danny.
Hi, my name is Danny Sanchez. We're all on TikTok. My TikTok is Danny.Sanchez with two C's at the end. With this show, I play like 7 different characters. So like if I'm gonna name them, I can. But it's a lot of different characters in the story to progress the family and try to Oregon as they're trying to find their way in their path. So if you see the show, you see a lot of my faces and different characters. So that's pretty much me.
And then just whoever shoot out whoever wants to go next. How about Sebastian?
Hi, my name's Sebastian Henson. I live in New York City. I go to AMDA, actually. I say I major in music theater. I play McDune, and I don't know if I want to say the 2 other roles that I play, but I play 2 other roles. And if you want to find out, watch the show. And I've been doing theater for 11 years. So I started when I was around 8, and I'm going to be 20 next month. So, wow, that's so crazy to say out loud, but I'm going to be 20 next month. So I've been doing theater since I was 8, in 3rd grade. And yeah.
I'll hop in. My name is Jordan Haddad. I'm the executive director of Light Theatricals, and I am the director of this awesome production of The Trail to Oregon by Star Kid. We have the honor of being able to do this awesome show virtually with an amazing cast all around the United States. We have members from the East Coast, West Coast, everywhere pretty much. So let's meet some more. Who else is here? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I can go. My name is Zion Hall. I'm from Riverside, Rhode Island. I go to Dean College for musical theater, and I am playing Grandpa and Cletus in the show. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Eric Schultz. I am co-directing with Jordan as long as playing Father in the show. And yeah, I don't know. Father is just crazy. He thinks he knows more than he actually does, and a lot of the chaos caused is by him. And he thinks he's doing good, but when he's actually hurting the family. So, you get to see. I definitely think he has a lot of growth throughout the show. So, and you definitely see that by the end. And so, yeah.
We love a good character arc. Well, welcome, guys. So much I want to ask, but I want to start this way. It's kind of interesting hearing how you guys are all across the country. So how the heck did you guys get together? I'll just call randomly Zion. How did Jordan find you, and how did you meet this family? How did you get involved with this company?
So I followed Eric and Chloe, who's not here, but I followed them on TikTok. And they posted a video like, hey, we're looking for people to audition for our Trail to Oregon. We're doing a virtual show. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna audition. And I was like, this is cool. This is a full, most people on TikTok do the short, oh, this is what the cast would look like, but they don't actually go into doing the full show or doing the show. So they were actually doing the show. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna audition. So I posted the video and had a call back, and now I'm in the show. So yeah, it's been crazy.
That's pretty wild that I have TikTok. I don't say I'm a creator. I'm not good at making TikToks, but I assume you guys probably know about the Ratatouille TikTok that took place. I assume that there has to be a little bit of note taking with that, because you're doing a musical at home, but also just doing a show in general at home. Danny, what's your setup look like? How are you going to be doing the show? Are you going to have a setup in your garage with a green screen or something? What's it looking like for you?
It's very DIY chic, as I like to call it. We all have different ways of filming. I've gotten to know like our cast and some of the Jordan and Eric, over a past year now. So like we've done previous stuff before, but now with this is my actual first like full length show online. So like doing that is a little bit different. But for me personally, I film it in my room, and I have like a bed sheet that I have hanged up near my closet, all nice and tidy. And then I have a like big long like a dresser almost, or like a bookshelf away, and I have my phone hanged up on like a tripod thing, and I have that recording. And we do everything. We have our scenes that we do, we have our songs and everything that we've all recorded through Zoom, and then we get to record things on our own. So both sides, and that's how we usually are doing that.
So with doing, people don't realize, non-theater people, how hard it is to do theater and interacting with people. We feed off the energy on the stage with people, but none of us have had that feeling in a long, long time, and none of you guys have. So I'm assuming you guys are going to be doing it to your computer. So Eric, when it comes to talking to other people and interacting with other people in scenes, you're going to be I don't know if you guys are looking straight at the camera or if you guys are looking off. What's that going to be like, talking to essentially either a box or a blank space?
Well, for our production, how we're doing it is it's all going to be pre-recorded material, and our editor Sydney, is putting it together into like a huge like kind of movie in a way. And so all of us have pre-recorded our scenes, and we've done all like the songs pre-recorded, and our editor will just put them all together, and then on the day of the show we'll like stream it for people to see.
Where are you guys streaming it? I hear, obviously I'd love to support selling tickets. I'd love to buy one. Where are you guys planning on streaming this?
We are streaming it on our YouTube channel, which is Light Theatricals. When you purchase a ticket through Eventbrite, you will get a email confirmation, and about 24 hours before the show date, whichever one you select, you will get the option to click on the video and either watch it on your computer, your TV, wherever you want from your home safely.
So, Sebastian, tell me a little bit about what we're going to expect. I hate to say this, but I'm not familiar with this actual show, The Trail to Oregon. I don't know the show, and I'm going to assume other people aren't going to as well, but it sounds like it's going to be a fun little movie night per se. But what are we going to expect from the actual story?
Can I swear? Is that a thing allowed?
Go for it.
Okay, so the show, I just want to make sure just before I say anything, the show is not for kids. It's pretty raunchy here and there. I wouldn't say too raunchy, but it does get pretty raunchy with the jokes here and there. It's funny as hell. You will laugh the first time I watched it. It's my favorite StarKid show, and the first time I watched it, I was pissing myself the entire time because it's so funny. So you're going to expect to laugh a lot, and you wouldn't expect like amazing songs usually from like comedy shows, because comedy shows usually don't like focus on the music, but I think the music is pretty good.
So with having a funny show, I think humor is just so good, and I assume all of us have done comedies before, and we tell people sometimes maybe don't take it like too literal, because every now and then I feel like we have to do a show, and you guys have to do a show where we just need a good laugh. You need a break from the world for 2.5 hours or however long the show is, and just laugh. And then when you leave the theater, come back to normal senses. So, Jordan, what has been the hardest part about directing people across the country? Like, that's just such a hard, but sounds like an awesome task. So what's it been like just being the director?
It's been an amazing experience, I will admit. I'm really honored to be working with a bunch of talented young performers, and to be able to do it with people not just in my own theater in my backyard, to be able to experience working with people from all over, different walks of life, different performance upbringings. Virtually, it's definitely a challenge. There are pros and cons to it that I even think sometimes it's easier than a real life performance. Sometimes it's harder, in the sense that these guys really have to feed off of nothing. Like you stated, they have to stand in front of their camera in a room of nobody, maybe some stuffed animals, and click play and give us the performance of their life on their tiny little device. But they're doing an amazing job learning to combat the difficulties of not having a live audience and not having the laughs and the reactions and whatnot. And they're killing it. I'm super proud of everyone, and I cannot wait for everyone to be able to enjoy the work that they all did from home.
Everyone is taught doing theater, and I'm this is a super cool project for you guys. And I know we're just meeting and all, but I'm really proud of you guys and just getting a project going in times like this, because creating is just so big right now. But growing up in theater, I assume that, we're taught that on the stage is where we're allowed to be larger than life because we have to reach the back row. But when you're in camera, you have to, be natural because it's right up in front of your face. So, Zion, tell me a little bit about how this has been a little bit different than doing a live performance and being on stage, and kind of the adjustments that you've taken to do this process.
Sorry, I literally couldn't unmute myself. But I guess like the biggest adjustment is just like what has already been stated, just like feeding off of no one and just like pretending like the people are actually there. I think has been good is that we get to like connect and know each other more. Like, we have our group chats and we talk, and we had our rehearsals. Like, we had rehearsals where we read through the script and kind of got the feedback from everyone else. So like we have like in ears where we can like hear how it's actually going to be said, so you kind of get the energy that people are giving to you, so that helps to like hear them, and not like obviously not seeing people was the hardest part. But yeah, just having to envision like what's actually going on and try to picture the story, even though you're literally just in like, I'm just in the corner of my room recording, so like I have to like picture this whole like me just being on this journey with them in the like comfort of my room. So that's probably been the struggle, but it's also like a good challenge. So like you have to give more energy than you would, because especially like on the camera, like you have to give more energy than you actually would on stage. So like I feel like it's harder, but also like at the end of the day, it's satisfying to know that you did all of that.
How did script work go? I'd assume it's probably the same process you guys take, but when did you guys start this rehearsal process? Danny, walk me through, maybe when you first got cast and kind of how you took the journey to kind of break down your character and your script and to get off book. Was it challenging not being like, hey, you want to run lines with me? Stuff like that.
Well, I think we started around November, and I remember I submitted through TikTok. I've known the creative people, Eric and Jordan, for a while, and we started in November, and we had various long Zoom calls going through the show and the vision and going through the script. We read the whole show. We even watched the show online, the actual original Star Kids show, to get inspiration. And for me, I actually did not know I knew of the show going into it, but I did not know the show at its core and like what was it about and everything. So that was a big toll on like, okay, what am I getting into? And I'm playing like a million characters, like what's gonna happen? And I made sure I did my homework and realized what was going on in every single scene, what songs I was doing and everything. And what I really liked about with this process was that it was a very collaborative effort from everybody, and including us giving inputs on different scenes and how to record it. We had blocking sheets of what to do, very catering towards us and the rest of the team to produce the great quality content for the show that it needs, because the show is such a big show in a way. So yeah, and for me, with my characters in the show, I say like, I'm big on repetition. I have to repeat things all the time to me to get stuck in my head. So like if I sing the song so many times, and so we sing the song straight through, like, so, and pre-recorded, and we lip sync it through when we record it, especially with the scenes, making sure like, there are bloopers. We're not perfect, as it comes, which our bloopers are very funny. And it's a matter of, with live theater, if it messes up, you got to keep going. But this time you have more time you can make edits, you can, start all over and all the things to make the best quality product you can. So different pros and cons and stuff like that. But with this team and with this incredible cast and team, it's been a great experience.
You mentioned the bloopers. Are we going to be able to see those on the YouTube channel, or is that just one of those that's in the vault, never coming back up?
So actually, the only people who get to see our bloopers are our Kickstarter funders. So our awesome people who donated to help make this production happen get to see those as part of their tier perks. I mean, maybe for future productions, if you want to donate, that'd be great. But we don't know. That one, once it's there, it's locked. It's like the Disney Vault, like you said, goes away forever.
So I asked what the hardest part of this is, but there has to be some good. And I like to think you guys have the creative freedom, like Danny said, you can go back and kind of fix, whatever you're not liking. So, Eric, tell me a little bit about what has been exciting about this experience and like humbling for you.
It's a really good question. I mean, just for personally myself, I haven't done anything theater-wise in like 3 years. So just like getting back into doing another show. Like I've done like performances and like productions and stuff, but I haven't done like a full-length musical since like my senior year of high school. And so just like getting back into that and, working on something that I've previously like was obsessed with is just like so much fun. And like some of my favorite parts is when, like I see everyone's videos and like just watching it and just like we're all having fun with it. Like there's not really been a hard part that we all have to like kind of get through. It's kind of been easy like pretty much the entire way through when it came to like the cast and stuff like that and like putting the show together, because everyone was super lenient with like how things were working and like super lenient with like me and Jordan and like learn, because this is like me and Jordan's like one of our first bigger productions that we've done together. And so, like we're learning as we go, and obviously with the new setup, we're learning as we go because this is our first full-length virtual production. And honestly, I think I would prefer like a virtual production like over a live production, because the filming and like, because you want it to be you want it to be right. You don't want to be like, oh, I messed up, but it's like you can get it right and it'll be known to be right the entire time. So, I mean, yeah, that's just me. That's what I think, but I don't know.
It's pretty awesome. You prefer a virtual production, and that's definitely that's not a bad thing. It's exciting to have this different atmosphere. And you said you're learning as you're going. I think that's just the motto I was about to say for 2020, but we're in the new calendar year. But what are we looking to get out of this like experience once it's out there, like once it's performed on your show date? What are you guys looking to get out of it? Sebastian, let's go with you.
That's a really good question. I've never thought about that. I guess what I want to get out of it is, I guess, because like everything is really bad, and I know it's not 2020, but it's the bad stuff is still coming from 2020. I guess like it's more of just like a weight off your shoulders to watch the show and just like laugh and have a good time of like hour and a half, 2 hours, and just like sit there and just like watch a show. Because I mean, especially for people who love theater, because I literally don't think I can get through life without theater.
I think I have to second you on that one. Zion, what about yourself?
Yeah, just like literally the experience. Like I like literally done the show because I haven't been in a musical in like over a year, and like that's all I've ever done. I just do straight plays now from school, and yeah, just like doing this has just been so great because I get to like do like where my love for theater even started. So yeah, it's the experience. Just adding something to my resume is really cool during this time. That's just like not a lot of us can't really do that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's kind of cool. You get to add that credit for whenever life goes back to normal. But Jordan, you said a little bit about the Kickstarters and the donations to get this thing off the ground. I assume you had to get the rights for the show or anything like that, but walk me through the startup of this show? How did you think about doing Trail to Oregon specifically? What was that whole process like?
So Eric was the one that actually pitched the show idea to me. Our awesome choreographer, Chloe, she also plays the son in the show. Her and Eric took money out of their pockets, they raised it, and they purchased the rights themselves. From there, the Kickstarter fund went towards things like props, costumes, making sure we have our editor who is paid, etc. We don't make any funds from it. We don't keep any of that. We don't pocket any of it. All of our funds either go to our actors back in their pockets to reimburse them for anything they purchased, or future production / projects. So when it comes to starting it, Eric said, "Hey, Chloe and I bought the rights for the show. We need a platform, help." And I said, "Heck yeah, I'm in 100%." I have had Ghostlight going for a little bit prior. I started it in August. I was inspired by my director of the musical that I was in during my, show in the beginning of the year, that unfortunately transitioned virtually. So I was in a production of Pippin, and we were doing it in person, ready to go up in May, and obviously that wasn't going to happen. And our director didn't give up on us. He was like, "I'm 100%, we're going to take this virtually." And we all thought he was nuts. And so when we saw the final product, I was like, there's no doubt in my mind that this can continue and we can keep doing stuff like this virtually. So I started up the company and we started doing small little projects here and there. And then Eric's like, "Let's do a large scale." I'm like, "I'm in, let's do it 100%." We have the whole winter season to rehearse and get this prepped and cleaned and ready. And we're really excited for an audience to see it.
Camaraderie in theater is so big, and having that family that you have in the show is just so huge. So Danny, what has that been for you, and what has it meant to you? Because I know right now in times like these we need a friend, and having a big group of people that got your back in the show, maybe not like physically, but someone there to talk to in a group chat. What's it been like just being in the cast and having like that friend group / camaraderie?
Yeah, I think that with this show, I've like I said before, I've already knew some people going into it, but also like I didn't know Zion or Sebastian or a couple of the cast members that well. But since doing this show, we've gotten so much as a family, and putting this show together, and even when we're done with rehearsals, when we're not busy, we play Jackbox games. We do a lot of fun stuff together to bond when there really isn't anything to do, when we have things already done. For me, though, I was fortunate enough to do a COVID safe production before this, but that did not compare to what this has done, because, I was able to do a show in the comfort of my own home and do something that I love to make theater more accessible. I think that's super important, especially with everything going on right now, is the fact that, with everything shut down and, a lot of things have been shown in a negative light. I think that with a lot of different benefits like Ratatouille or different, benefits in cabarets and shows like that we're able to do to give out to the public, to give the sense of theater is still here, even though it's meant to experience live, with people, we can still replicate that experience in a different medium. And I think that with this show specifically, with Eric and Jordan leading this production, and Chloe and our editor Sydney and Tori, everyone that's been a part of this production, put their heart and soul into it, spending hours and hours like shooting all night one day to get their stuff turned in, and making sure it's all great, and being there for each other. 'Cause I know the one thing I loved what Jordan did is like, if you need someone to hop on a Zoom call, I will come with you and we can work the scene together while you record it, different ways to help out to make this show so much better and to make it, awesome. So I loved it. I want to do another one soon, hopefully, but yeah.
Theater is still there. That's the big takeaway. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking some time and chatting with me. Before we sign off, everyone, one last thought and parting word and message about the show, and just anything you want to say. We'll just go down the line, starting with Sebastian.
I kind of want to say thank you to Chloe, because if I wasn't friends with Chloe, then I probably wouldn't be doing this.
And you mentioned Chloe was the choreographer, correct?
She also
Right.
plays a son. She also plays a son.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Whoever's next, hop on.
If you want to have a fun night at home, family, chaos from your home, multiple endings, silly names, poop jokes made by grown adults, you'd be surprised. You can head to our Instagram, which is at ghostlight.theatricals. And in our link in their bio, you can purchase tickets through Eventbrite to live stream it from your home. So hope to see you guys on the trail.
And send us all your information as well. We'll be marketing it this week when our episode drops. But Eric, what about yourself? Well, parting word.
I was just gonna add on, say tickets are $10 for January 29th and 30th. The first show on the 29th, if I'm correct, it's at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then the second one's at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So, and I would just like to say thank you to everyone. My cast and crew have been amazing, and this has been one of the best experiences of theater I've ever been through.
That's pretty awesome. What about yourself, Zion?
I just want to hype up the cast a little bit. This is probably like the most talented group of individuals, team, everything that I've ever worked with, and you guys would you'd be crazy not to come see the show. Like, we should be charging you guys more, honestly.
Oh, that's awesome. And last but certainly not least, Danny.
Yeah, if you want to have a good laugh, come see the show. If you miss theater, it's comedy. There's some good family moments. You want to see different stuff. Come see it, and you'll have a really good time.
Sending nothing but love and thoughts and success for, I guess, these last couple of weeks that you guys finish things up and whatever that might entail. But congratulations, you guys, on how far you come so far. And I'm probably going to attend. We'll see probably the Friday one. But stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive, because Lord knows we all need positivity and love right now.
100%. Thank you so much for having us on, Logan. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time as well. Absolutely, you guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead and take care, and likewise, thank you for reaching out to me.